Hey everybody, welcome back. And in this lab, we will talk about routing on virtual machines, how the system routes looks like, how the UDR looks like, and when you create additional appliance like NAT gateway, peering, how these are going to impact your routing table. In this network topology, we will be focusing on these two virtual machines, what I've created as a part of same subnet, same VNet, and we will play with assigning the public IP address and do the testing on what is my IP.com, and then we unassign those public IP address and do the testing and see how the internet connectivity will look like and how it is going to impact your routing table. This is my machine Windows VNet 101, and let's verify the networking component. So let's go to the networking, and here you can see there's only one interface which is assigned, which is going to be the primary one. And on this NIC, I have one public IP address, which is 20.244.113.78, and private IP address on this NIC is going to be 10.10.2.4. Now let's click on the network interface. The moment you click on this network interface, you can go to the IP configuration. And in this IP configuration, we will click here. As I previously mentioned, you can anytime associate and de-associate all these public IP addresses. Since in this lab, I have created one more Windows machine, and from where I'm going to do a connectivity to the private IP address of this machine. Hence, it is good to disassociate this IP address as of now. So let's click on disassociate and click on save. It might take a couple of seconds. So this has been disassociated. Now let's go back to networking section. Go to your network interface card, and the routing table which we are talking about so far, you can see the effective routes from here. Now we can see the effective routes. So there is a default route which is for internet. Then you see these none. Those are coming from RFC. And all this traffic will be dropped. Then on top of that, I see a virtual network type. That means this subnet is part of this virtual network. So you're going to have the container range. Hence, you do not need the specific route for those specific subnets. And if you recall it, we had connectivity to two VNets. One was VNet 2 and one was VNet 3. So VNet 2, we had a range of 10.20.0.0. Hence, you see a route which is being injected, and it's a default injection. You cannot modify it, and that is coming from the VNet pairing. And this time, this VNet pairing is a regional VNet pairing. Similarly, we had a pairing with VNet 3, and that was VNet global pairing. That is also a default injected route. We do not have any user-defined route as of now. Now, we will jump on second box, which is going to be Windows 02, and the IP address here is 10.10.2.5, and the public IP address got assigned to this machine is 4.188.236.70. So on first machine, I do not have any public IP address, so I cannot directly access it. However, I can jump on this machine directly, and from there I can access over the private IP address, because within the VNet, within the subnet, you are going to have all this connectivity open. So from 2.5, I can do RDP to 2.4. So let's try to do that. I'm logged into a Windows machine which is 01 and which is part of VNet 1. Let's verify a couple of things before we go further. So I'm going to open a command prompt to verify the IP address. This machine has 10.10.2.4 and we do not have any public IP address assigned. What it mean? Is it not going to have access to the internet? So let's verify that. I'm opening a browser, and in this browser, I'm going to type what is my IP.com, and you can see even though we do not have a public IP address assigned, this is showing you the public IP address detected by this website. So from where it is coming? If you have noticed, we had internet route installed. That internet route means if you do not have any specific route, go to the Microsoft backbone and Microsoft backbone will forward all that traffic to internet. However, you cannot initiate any traffic to this IP address. You can also visualize all these things in a diagram. So let's click on VNet 1 and we can go to diagram. It is going to populate a diagram, how many components are there within the VNet and how it is connected to others. Now you can see on my screen, let's zoom it a bit, and what it is telling you that in VNet 1 we have these machines. Just let me zoom it a bit. So it is telling you in the VNet 1, in private subnet, you have Linux machine, which is connected to this interface. And technically, VNet 1 is connected to VNet 2. And let's try to click on this. So it is telling you this is the VNet pairing. Similarly, you can see there's a one more pairing exists between VNet 1 and VNet 3. And these are the resources inside our VNets. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next section.